we start the video, Al, Christina, and I have big news. We started a new channel called Fitness Under Fire. It's linked up top and down below. This channel will have heated debates for current and controversial fitness topics. So be sure to subscribe, check it out, and hit that bell notification. See you there. Do more push-ups!
I don't want to!
Get up, we're going for a run!
I don't want to!
Eat some salad!
I don't want to! Hey, it's Christina here with Extraordinary Athletes, here helping you fit fitness into even the busiest of lives.
Do us a big favor, crush that like button, hit that bell notification, remember to subscribe, and check out some of our other playlists. And we're thinking of also doing a Q&A video, but we need your input. So put your questions in the comment section below and we'll add them to the list.
Now, in a previous video, we talked about the difference between motivation and discipline. So check that one out if you haven't already. But for today, we want to talk about being self-disciplined. And Terry Crews is right here.
You have to be self-disciplined. If discipline comes from somewhere else, it's very, very hard to remain consistent because you tend to resist.
So he makes a great point here. And this is exactly what Christina and Kat were acting out in our prelude. For long-term success in anything, especially in fitness, you have to ensure that your discipline comes from yourself. Terry Crews also goes on to point out that therefore, your discipline can't be coming from, say, a personal trainer. It can't be the case that workouts are something you dread, but that a trainer's making you do anyways. No, that's not going to set you up for long-term success. Instead, we all need to learn how to develop self-discipline.
And that's why we're going to share with you our top 10 ways to stay fitness disciplined.
Tip number 1 is to try to work out with a partner. And we don't mean so that you can rely on them for your discipline. There are many studies that actually show that working out with a partner can help you feel more supported and make you even look forward to your workout. And a little bit of healthy competition can make you even push a bit harder. Now, we're really focusing on the word healthy when we say healthy competition. You want to be building each other up instead of breaking each other down.
8, 9,
Oh, come on. What kind of weight are those? I can do way more than that. Those are puny little girl weights, and I'm a puny little girl. So none of that. No, you want to keep the competition friendly. You want to work together and correct each other's form. You want to keep it energized, especially in those lazy days. And you want to work together to build the best versions of yourselves.
Tip 2 is to try to train for something specific. Obviously, getting in shape and being healthy is the ultimate goal here, but it's been shown that people are more consistent when they have something specific that they're training for. We discussed this a little while back in our Spartan race video. You might find that when training for an event or a specific goal, your perspective and your approach to training and physical fitness might change. You might find that you feel more focused and feel more passionate about the progress that you're seeing from week to week. And the specific goal that you have in mind, that's totally up to you. Whether it's a 5K or a Spartan race or a marathon or joining a basketball league or climbing a mountain or going on a super cool hike, whatever makes you happy. So try to think of a fitness related goal and work hard towards that.
Okay, our next tip is to avoid switching things up too much. Now, obviously, keeping things fresh and fun in your workouts is certainly great. And proper programming is going to have certain deload weeks built into it, as well as proper periodization, which thus means variation. And all of that is great. But the point here is to try to avoid what we see so many new to fitness do. And that's to try to pick something brand new to try every single week. Now we get there's a lot of exercise variation out there, workout routines to pick from, and it can seem overly complicated. And when we're first starting out, we may want to try everything. But honestly, there's a time and a place for experimentation, and it's called college. But in all seriousness, we get that if you're a beginner, there's this tendency to want to try every workout you've seen. Maybe even copy your favorite celebrity's workout regimen. Don't do that. Maybe you want to try something you've seen on Twitter, or even worse, Instagram. really, don't do this. Now, while some exercise experimentation can be totally good and fun, you need some level of consistency in order to actually be able to note your improvements. If you're switching it up every single week or from workout to workout, you're not going to be able to track your progress, and this can drastically interfere with your ability to stay self-disciplined. So you need a solid program that you adhere to for at least a little while before you switch things up.
Tip number 4 is setting a consistent schedule. Now this will really help maintain discipline. If every day you wake up and you have to choose whether today is the day you're going to work out, then chances are you're going to choose no. But if your exercise is already set for a particular date and time, it's easier for it to become a habit. Now we recognize that this can be difficult, especially with all the unexpected things that life will throw at you.
And done for the day. Or maybe not.
Why won't my car start?
Doctor's office. Hello? What do you mean I'm pregnant? So we definitely understand how easily a schedule can get messed up. But setting a schedule is super key because it'll help improve with consistency and discipline, even if sometimes life gets in the way.
So our next tip is to try to make sure that you have your support system around you buy in to whatever your fitness goals are. This may mean your siblings, your parents, your family, your spouse, your kids, whoever. This is something I actually noticed a lot when training various different clients. Your support system can end up being one of your biggest impediments or benefits to achieving your goals. Is your family being encouraging, or are they perhaps unintentionally undercutting your success?
No, don't go to the gym tonight. Let's watch a movie.
Apple!
Still on a diet? But I baked your favorite, a cinnamon bun.
So it can definitely be an easier path towards self-discipline if those closest to you are on board from the start. Consider having an honest chat with them at the onset about the goals and what you're trying to achieve. And remember, there's gonna be lots of people who really try to get you to defect from your fitness and nutrition plan. Say, for example, by really pushing dessert on you. But remember to stay firm without getting angry. Often, people are likely struggling with their own fitness goals and body composition. And on a subconscious level, a lot of people may feel bad about themselves when they see you being so disciplined. So don't let that derail you.
Tip 6, include some fun in your workouts. Like we already pointed out, working on your fitness cannot be something that you dread.
No more greens.
Setting up an adversarial approach with your fitness or your nutrition can seriously undermine your chances of long-term success. So one of the best ways to combat this is to inject some fun into your fitness. To make nutrition more fun, try cooking up a new recipe with your friend or your partner. Pick something you both enjoy and make a whole evening of it. For working out, try selecting programs or exercises that you'll genuinely enjoy. So if you really hate running, don't do that for your cardio. Try something else. Do some swimming, do some biking, maybe some circuit training.
Or if you're like us,
Spend a disproportionate amount of time on your resistance training.
But the point is to pick stuff that you will like. Self-discipline feels so much easier when you actually enjoy what you're doing.
tip number 7 is don't fear failure. Now, we've said this one before, and we're thinking of doing an entire video talking about the fears in fitness, but this cannot be stressed enough. Don't fear failure. This will eat at your self-discipline. Let's face it, we're going to fail. It's inevitable. For instance, one day you may feel hungry with little time, and you may defect from your nutrition plan. Then another day, you may feel extra tired and just not want to work out and hear that sweet siren's voice calling you to bed for a nap. But failure is part of the game. Just because you fail one day, that shouldn't impact the rest of your fitness plan for the week. And people have this horrible tendency of just giving up immediately whenever they slip up. Don't fall for this trap. And this stems from a fear of failure. Often subconsciously, we tend to just give up instead of attempting something with the risk of failure. But remember, anything in life worth doing will have a risk of failing. So let's accept it and meet it head on.
Our 8th tip is to get your sleep. The connection between sleep deprivation and self-control is an area that needs more investigation. However, some research has shown a link between poor sleep habits and diminished self-control. The article notes that poor sleep habits refer to inconsistent sleep times and inadequate sleep quantity, and that a sleep-deprived individual is at increased risk of poor attentional capacity, compromised decision-making, and succumbing to impulsive desires. So don't let this become you. Get your sleep schedule consistent enough so you can think clearly and avoid those daily temptations.
Now, tip number 9 is what we see beginners often fail at, and that is keeping things in moderation. Remember, you can build healthy habits gradually over time, but if you attempt drastic changes all of a sudden, you will make things unnecessarily hard on yourself. For example, if you're ordinarily a late riser, maybe it's not the best idea to start waking up at 4 a.m. to do your jog. Radical departures from your norm may not be the best plan. Find something that will fit in your life and will not be overly drastic to start. This particularly relates to nutrition. We will never recommend any extreme dieting. It's just not sustainable in the long run and often leads to people giving up altogether. Instead, what we recommend is that every 2 weeks, you choose one thing in your nutrition plan and change that. For instance, you may start with having healthy breakfasts, and then 2 weeks after that, you may tackle snacks, and then 2 weeks after, maybe lunches. Now, this may seem like a longer approach, but in reality, if you apply this method, you will notice that it'll take only a couple of months for you to develop healthy habits.
Okay, real talk here. This last tip is a bit of a wake-up call for all of us. Everyone goes through stuff in their lives, ups and downs, tragedies and hardships. And we're all gonna have times in our life where we find ourselves really dwelling on the low parts and feeling really depressed. I once had a professor actually describe it to me as us taking our existential medicine. And it's something that everyone's gonna go through. And this can make it very easy to come up with excuses as to why we're not succeeding in our health and fitness. We can blame all the ills in our lives for why we're not getting in shape. But this rationalization will not serve us well. At some point, we need to take responsibility for our own body composition. And once we do that, and actually stop making excuses and hold ourselves accountable, you'll be surprised at how easy it becomes to overcome obstacles, and our self-discipline will skyrocket. I promise it.
So we hope you liked our video, and if you did, remember to hit that like button. It really helps us out and helps us grow.
And remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification as well.
And if you have any other thoughts about whatever helps you stay self-disciplined, leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.